Hi, my name's Will and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for today. I'm talking to a band with a very interesting name, The Adventures of Mikejoffa. How are you?
Good. How you going?
We're doing great.
Could somebody introduce, first of all, I guess you should introduce yourselves and then introduce the people who aren't present.
Hey, I'm Doug. I'm the vocalist and the guitarist for The Adventures of Mikejoffa. And we also have Ezekiel Clark on guitars and vocals.
Kia ora, I'm Saz. I play the drums, and absent from this interview is Ants Herring, our fantastic bass player.
Tell us the band's history.
Joffa officially started in 2010. A little bit of a story to it. Me and Zeke were roadie workers for AC/DC concert at the time, and we always kind of had the idea for the band, but really kind of took off. And at that time, when we were just finishing working, we got into a bit of a car crash, so we broke our legs and everything, and we had to be taken home to rehabilitate. And during that time, we just hung out and just pretty much smashed out writing heaps of songs, and got together with a couple of other guys. And by 2011, we were ready to songs we wrote, and we came up with our first EP, Adventures.
So hang on, so you had a car accident. What, both of you had a car accident together?
We were in the same car, all in this little hatchback thing, and heading home.
And then you did the rehabilitation together and wrote music together?
Yeah, so we come from the Wairarapa, me and Zeke, and that's pretty much where we rehabilitated and got together to write music.
You wouldn't have been particularly mobile if you all had broken legs. It must have been quite difficult carrying guitars around.
No, just kind of getting together, writing some music, basic riffs and lyrics and stuff like that.
It's like you weren't in traction then. Okay, good. So that's the history. So yeah, what is up with the crazy name? Like, did you decide that right off the bat? Was it a joke?
I just came up with this funny story years ago at school, and it just stuck with me ever since. I just always kind of remembered it. And then we made this band. It was kind of like a hidden band that we never thought would do anything with, but we liked the name, and it's stuck.
Cool. All right, so you've got an upcoming Auckland show, which is why this sort of interview is happening. So let's hear all about it. Saz, would you like to tell us about the show? You've been very quiet so far.
Yeah, well, Doug's the man behind the band that started it all. So, I don't know, going to Auckland, I don't know. I don't think any of us, we play in some other bands. I don't think any of us have been up to Auckland for a gig for a long time. I mean, not even pre-COVID. So it's going to be awesome to get up there. June 2nd at Ding Dong Lounge, right?
Z Witch at Ding Dong Lounge on June 2nd in Auckland. We have Monolith, local Auckland band playing, and XFM from Wellington, and a Hamilton Sepultura cover band called Chaos Arise.
Yeah, it should be good one. We're going to fly up. We're like fancy pants airs this time. Not too old to be doing roadies up to Auckland for like one gig. So we got plane tickets and everything. It should be a good time.
The backline's supplied by the local bands, I guess.
Thank you.
Like rock stars.
Yeah, we'll make sure we look after them. Always shout your beers and all that jazz. Got to keep the wheels turning. It's the same when people come down to Wellington. If you're the hometown band, you just share the love. Especially if you're a drummer. God, drums are the worst instrument, I tell you.
I can see your drum set in the back there. It's not a small kit by any means. How many mounted toms do you have? 3 or 4?
Yeah, there's 3 mounted, and there's 2 floor. But that's like the whole shebang for like fun at home. I just play a standard kit when I play. I'm not taking all that bullshit with me.
I used to have a 7-piece with a whole bunch of cymbals set up at home when I first got back into drumming, and then I did like 2 shows, and I thought, fuck that. I just
you learn to simplify. You're like, I'll learn it all properly, and then, but actually on the night, you're like, oh, this will do. We'll make it work.
Too much setting up. All right, cool. So you have 3 releases I've managed to uncover. They were all on Bandcamp. The 2011 Adventures, spelled it Eventures. The 2013 Misfortunes. And interestingly enough, there's a 2014 Missed Fortunes, because there were fortunes missing from misfortunes. So that was kind of a fortuitous play on words, I suppose. But it's been a while since you've released music. Is there a reason for that, or do you plan to release some more, or what's the deal?
we've pretty much been producing a new upcoming album. It's called Trials. We spent a year kind of rehearsing and polishing up the writing of the song. And as I said, through that whole hiatus time, we had been slowly kind of writing some of the pieces and tunes. And then we spent last year pretty much recording it and just kind of getting it mixed at the moment and just finalizing some extra tracks and whatnot.
Tell me a little bit about the album itself. You don't have to tell me too much detail, but like, for example, how many tracks is it? That kind of thing.
It's got 11 tracks. Hoping to get 11 tracks on it. Yeah, as you said, it's quite an eclectic kind of style. So every song kind of goes with the theme of the lyrics, I guess, and that's the kind of thing we go for all the time. If it's kind of hard hitting, it might be a bit more heavier.
I told these guys the questions I was going to ask, and he's just answered one of the questions I haven't asked yet. But so I'll ask the question, and then he'll maybe try and re-answer it. The style has a kind of a mellow, sort of a Chili Peppers vibe to some of it. Other songs have a general grunge, rock, punk feel. It kind of flows left and right field, like track by track, I've noticed. So I was wondering how you write songs like that. Like, do you just write and let the music form and sort of fall in its own fashion, or is there a method to it, or how does it happen?
Yeah, good question. I guess we kind of just come up with riffs pretty much first and melodies, and then there might be like we might change it around and have different themes that we want to really kind of pinpoint, and I guess that's what will change the flavor of the style, so to speak.
I feel like this one's like quite different. The other ones seem more like, you know, in theme, like unified, and this one's like, yeah, like a bit more all over the show, not in a crazy way, but I think there's quite a lot of variety in there.
Mind you, a lot of your earlier releases were kind of smaller releases, like there was only maybe 4 or 5 songs per.
Yeah.
So it's hard to sort of develop a flow when one song's heavy, one song's mellow, and one's sort of punky. It's kind of it's sort of like it's like that. But if you have 11 tracks, you can kind of bunch the ones that are more similar together and get a sort of a smoother roller coaster going.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, as what Saz said, it doesn't seem like there's much transition. Like it doesn't. It's they kind of all work together, but they are so different as well. Did
you find like recording this one, like your recording techniques have improved?
Yeah, for sure. This album has definitely taken a step up. The first one we did was in a home studio where we just did it ourselves, and we learned so much from that. Now this one, we spent a whole year rehearsing, getting it really prepped up well, and going into an actual proper studio made a big difference.
We recorded at the studio, at the surgery in Wellington, and it was like such an awesome experience. Like our recording engineer Andrew Downs was the man. He just made it such a like relaxed environment, and it was like really awesome, like having all that pressure off of all the extra, you know, stuff that comes along with recording, as you know will know well when you do it yourself. You know, all that stuff that you kind of like, we haven't like sorted this thing out. Like it was all taken care of, like so good. Really got the best out of us, I think.
We recorded some of the vocals and guitar parts and maybe some percussion. Another recording studio, Moliere Recording as it's known, but he's our friend Brian from Crash Gang.
Yep, shot Brian.
Doug, you're also in Demon Field Harvest as well, which is a Megadeth tribute band. Has that band been doing anything?
No, we've been a bit quiet. We did one show last year. That band is a great, awesome tribute band, and we're just all scattered all over the country, so it's very hard for us to get together. And of course, when I've got these other projects on the go, other things kind of take priority. Our other members, including Saz and Zeke, we're in lots of different bands, so you can even probably share some that they're in as well.
Okay. So Saz, what other bands are you in?
I play in the Heathen Collective, which is a Wellington groove metal stalwart, drinking in the car park since 2004 with Mr. Goose Gun, the amazing frontman. So that's my fun time band. yeah, that's like my other main one that I've gone to go again, like with Doug, like playing some other like tribute things in here and there, like do Misfits tribute band, like good old punk rock, when the opportunity arises for that. But yeah, it's really like the Adventures of Mikejoffa and the Heathen Collective are my go-tos. Dabbled in some black metal this year as well, which is a learning curve. But yeah.
I guess that's about the interview in its entirety, but I was wondering if there's anything else you'd like to add. I always ask people if there's anything they'd like to add at the end of the interview, so now's your opportunity.
I just want to say thanks to anyone that always comes out to our shows or to any live music, gigs. It's like since COVID, it's cool to see people back out there again, and just keep it up, keep supporting bands, keep streaming stuff online, like keep listening to good music.
Cool. Well, best of luck going forwards, and yeah, good luck with the show.
Thanks very much, Will.
Take it easy.
And thanks for watching.